Have you guys heard from Ruthie?
That
Not
girl has
s-
been asleep all day. I have
I
not
know.
heard from her at
All
all.
right.
Did she even?
How long are we waiting?
Did,
Or how long are we waiting for her?
I don't think she's gonna be on today, to be honest.
yeah.
Okay.
She hasn't replied the whole day, right?
The whole day.
I know.
She's been MIA since that subway video. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe she
Yeah.
got kidnapped by the subway guy.
let's not joke about that.
Yeah.
Well, she
Fingers
lives
crossed.
in New York.
I'm just saying. Let's not joke about that. I mean, come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
aren't you always looking for content?
Yeah,
Huh?
this is great content.
I mean, that would be great
Huh?
content. You're right.
I could
But
get
still,
kidnapped at any moment myself too. I'm always by myself and parking
Yeah.
in dark, dangerous corners.
Seriously.
you doing
Oh.
your car routing and all that
Should
stuff.
we do that thing where we all make a pledge of anything drastic, anything newsworthy happens? You have to write the podcast about it. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
But don't tell
Yes.
people I light up the room when I come in
Yeah.
because I don't.
Yeah.
Please don't. Stop lying to them.
But
no
isn't
one
that
likes
like
me.
a given? If something happens to us, that's
No.
like
Yeah.
No, no one
no.
likes me.
Yeah.
No,
So
I'm saying is that
don't lie
it's
to them. Don't lie to the
newsworthy.
public.
It's
Tell them that
newsworthy.
Well, I
I'll be
traveled to
canceled
Asia,
from the
so
family.
anything happens to a plane, if a 747, the door blew off, go ahead, podcast about it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Just, that's fine.
I
You know what I mean?
agree. Welcome to the Stuff and Junk Show, where we share our opinions on random subjects from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, what we did, and what we do. Stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
Hey, now, it's Tommy.
Hey, it's Anna.
Is everybody trying different
Well,
different
we have
intros?
we gotta keep it
Yeah.
interesting,
And
Where's
also, we're
Ruthie?
one
I don't
person
know.
missing, so that threw me off too. I
Yeah,
was like, wait, do I go second?
yeah.
Or do I
I
third?
think
What
I
happened?
think in the first years I would try and do something different every time, and then now I just kind of settled to, hey, it's Albert.
Look at that. Look at that enthusiasm too. Hey,
Yeah,
it's me.
hey, it's Albert.
Hey, what are you gonna do? It's me again. Hey, so this is all I got, guys. It's just me.
Anyways, so by the time this episode is released to the public, it'll be over 2 days now since the Grammy Awards. I'm assuming none of us have saw it, right?
Peso Pluma won. That's all that matters.
Okay.
I'm actually looking at it right now on mute.
Okay. Well, anyways, one of the big newsworthy items from that night was when Jay-Z accepted the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award.
That
Mhm.
was not the newsworthy one I thought you were gonna choose, but okay.
Oh,
Okay.
really? Are you talking about the guy who got arrested?
Not even that one. Wow.
Oh.
Albert.
Okay, you know what? Before I move on to mine take, now I'm really curious. What are you talking about?
I thought you were gonna talk about Celine Dion making her first public appearance in a very long time.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Oh my god.
That's the
I
newsworthy thing?
That's the most newsworthy thing ever. I gasped
So
when I got that news notification.
So how much of a conversation can we have out of like, oh hey, Celine Dion came out after many years?
All I'm gonna say is I watched that Priyanka Chopra rom-com, which by the way was terrible.
Wait, what? Well, how are you gonna reconnect this with the Grammy? That's
because Celine Dion was in it, and so I was saying, like, me and my friend were saying, like, that was like the last time we saw her like functioning. And then we're witches, and we brought her back. Like, we got her out of.
Was she sitting in a movie? Was she sitting in a chair in the movie and
No,
stuff like that?
no, she actually walked around.
Oh,
Really?
hello.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like that was probably like the last time. And then now we're witches, and we got her out, and she's out in the Grammys. Looking amazing.
I haven't got to
So-
that part. Did she slowly kind of walk to the mic and stuff like that? Did they
Oh my
cut
god!
to
Okay.
her when she's already at the mic?
She got there. Okay.
Well, was she in like a stand up stretcher like Hannibal Lecter
Yeah.
that they pulled
Hannibal
out?
Lecter stuff.
Wow. This is what happens when you're on the show with two guys. Two dudes.
We should
Wow.
mention that this is just like dark humor and stuff like that. This is
Uh,
gallows
yeah,
humor and stuff like that.
Yes,
We,
it
we
is.
don't mean no disrespect, Miss Celine
Yeah,
Dion.
I
And
mean,
the thing
it is
it's
big
a-
medical news,
Mhm.
but it's not the kind of news that
Yeah.
we're
It's
talking about,
it's a
right?
Really?
it's a horrible thing that's happened to her. I
Yeah.
would not wish it on anybody and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I don't make this a class thing, but I'll make this a class thing. At the end of the day, she's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? She has billions of dollars. You know what I mean? She'll have 24-hour care and stuff like that. You know what I mean? She'll
Yeah,
be
that's fair.
She'll be relatively okay.
I
you know
mean,
what
That's fair.
I mean,
That's fair.
money can give you a lot of medical help, but it
Yeah.
doesn't save you from dying.
yeah. I'm gonna
No, but she could be more comfortable, far more
that
comfortable.
again.
than the
That's where the
public.
billions of dollars comes in. She'll be very very comfortable. I'm gonna pull out my Magic Johnson card, man. My Magic Johnson card says
Oh
he's gonna
my
outlive
gosh.
everybody. He's gonna outlive everybody. You know what I mean? And I got that. And I got that A's news when I was like a little teenage boy. And stuff like that. I thought he had like a.
See,
I
Jiaming,
thought he had
Jiaming.
like
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask Anna. Do you know what's the story with Magic Johnson, or why Jiaming
yeah,
mentioned it?
and I don't even know. You know what I mean?
Is this cultural news still?
Yeah.
Anna, do you know?
I do because I've heard about it a lot.
Yeah.
but
Question
right
mark?
now I can't.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint it. Is it HIV?
Well, I mean, Jiaming already.
Yeah, he
spoiled
has
it.
HIV. One of the
All right. Okay. So
one like the landmark, one of the most like formative things that ever happened to me as a little kid was Magic Johnson's news conference is HIV, and you know what I mean. I thought, wow, this is it, man. My childhood idol is going to be dead within like 6 months, a year, and I think I was like 13 or 14. I'm like 47 now. You know what I mean? And he looks great.
Yeah,
He looks
this is like
fantastic.
he does look great.
this is
Yeah.
like 30 years ago. So,
I know,
so
seriously.
30 years does make a difference because I guess this isn't
Yeah.
like common knowledge anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
My point is billions and millions of dollars is gonna make seem okay. You know what I mean?
But you know what billions and billions of dollars can't get you?
Oh, here's the transition. Here we go.
A best album of the year at the Grammys.
There you go.
Bam! Look at that! Look at that! Anyways, so JC accepts he's
it's
not
like we
to
set that up for you.
like
a layup.
like it was purpose,
Yeah.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
layup! Basketball! Ooh, look at that!
Ooh,
Swish!
swish, swish, bish.
Anyways, so JC accepts he's not the Dre Global Impact Award. Does a little speech kind of thing, and then he segues into the whole thing where it's like, I know music is subjective and all, but you can't be like a person who has the most Grammys ever and never won an album of the year, right? Do you guys have immediate thoughts on that?
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
because
I mean-
what he's talking about is just shows how much white people always win.
It's just it's. I mean, she gets every other award except for album. It
Except
is
that
kind of
one.
silly. It is.
Yeah.
It is kind of silly and stuff like that. It is starting to become like it's really glaring. It doesn't make her look bad at this point. It actually makes the Grammy looks bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes their legitimacy put into question and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So I have 2 points to that. You said it doesn't make her look bad, but this is 2 times now where some dude calls her out, puts her on the spotlight in a negative manner.
They're not calling her out.
They're not calling her out, but I mean,
They're not calling her out.
like
They're
Kanye
not.
West. Kanye West shows up in front for the Taylor Swift thing, and he's like
Again.
Beyonce should have won that, right? Now Jay-Z comes out in the same night that Taylor Swift won something, and Beyonce should have won something. I mean, how
They're not
often
wrong.
is Beyonce going to have to put up with this?
Until
Wait, what?
she-
This is a weird take and stuff like that.
Yeah,
First of all,
that
it's
is
not-
a really weird thing because you're
Yeah.
saying that they're calling her out and they're not.
No,
They're
I'm not saying
calling out-
I'm not saying they're calling her out. I'm saying is that to keep putting her on this spotlight that she probably doesn't want to be on.
Does she
Hold on.
not want to be on it? Maybe, but they're not saying anything that's not wrong, and they're just saying what the public, well, at least the people in that room feel.
You wouldn't feel
that-
like you're embarrassed if
Oh,
somebody
sure.
on stage is
I
like,
don't
think
hey,
she has to-
she's
I
a
don't think-
loser. She's a
thing is,
loser.
I don't think she
I
has
mean,
to
come on.
answer. I think it's weird that you're holding her responsible for the
I'm
behavior.
not
Yeah.
holding her responsible.
It
Obviously,
sounds like you are.
No,
It sounds
that's
like you
not
are.
it. I'm saying is that wouldn't it be better if they just like not embarrass her like this in
Number
in front
one,
of the public?
the first example you gave, Kanye is the one that looked bad more than
Yes.
anything else and stuff like that. So I don't know why you're putting that on her.
Yeah,
Number
but she
two,
didn't
the
need
second,
to hear
hold
that.
on, the second one, Jay-Z is not some guy. That's her husband.
I
and
know.
stuff like that.
She
Husband.
still didn't need to hear that. She still didn't need to hear that and have it broadcast out to live
How do
TV.
you, you're
What are you
also.
what?
I don't know what you're talking. And then now you're speaking for her. Does she doesn't need to hear that? You don't know what she needs to hear. What she
Oh
needs
no,
to
that's
hear.
fair. I
That's
mean,
kinda weird.
I'm basing it on her facial reaction after it happened. Okay,
Yeah.
So
Oh, we know Beyonce's not that great of an actress, but yeah. So yes, you can be embarrassed, but like these people are obviously like they're feeling a certain way,
mhm,
and there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, what the f,
mhm.
you know, like this is the second, and then of course it's against the same person again, kind of thing. But it's like enough is enough. We're kind of tired of like this being gifted and not earned
Mhm.
to the whitest person in the room.
But it puts her on the spot now.
I mean,
So the next time she does win one, people are just gonna say, "Oh, they just gave it to her because Jay Z said something."
I'm not really. Again, it goes back to my original point. This overall,
she
this makes
earned it though.
this
It's not
makes
if
the
she
Grammy looks bad more than anything else.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the Grammy does look bad. I
No, so
don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I would focus on that. You know what I mean?
'Cause
I don't think this is the most celebrated singer in the last half century or something like that.
Now
She doesn't win. She doesn't
if
win the
she
biggest prize. It's silly.
now
It's
now,
yeah,
now
if
my
it's just
second
a,
point. Now my second point. My second point is, as somebody who only knows her from her singles, does she have an album of the year album?
Renaissance was a really good album
yeah.
though.
And people say Lemonade and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lemonade was another good album. And then what was the secret one that she did, Beyonce? That was another good album too. She consistently puts out good material. So it's like she's not getting the recognition she deserves for consistent good material. And even Deja Vu, they hated on that one when it first came out, and now people are realizing that was actually a really good album she did.
Okay.
So it's just it's not that she's not putting mediocre music out where, oh no, my boyfriend broke up with me, oh no, I cheated on him with Loki. There is actually a consistent amount of good work that she does, producing, editing, all that stuff that she does. There's a craft and talent there that lacks in the other category, or other people per se. But it's just it's so frustrating because she's been pitted against another artist this whole past year of who can pull in more numbers in the concert, who can pull up more numbers in the box office. And it's just they just did a popularity thing again where they're like, we have to give it to the pop star because the Super Bowl is in a couple weeks.
But
or
I
next
don't
week,
I don't think I don't think it's a popularity thing. Yes, it is, but at the same time, I want to go back to what Jiaming said. Beyonce makes music for a mainstream audience, but there is that strong major audience that doesn't listen to her music and would not vote for her album. So it kind of goes back again to they're not gonna give it to they're gonna give it to the white chick over her because they don't really listen to her stuff.
Well, I'm sure that everyone listens to Taylor Swift as well.
Yeah, but I would just speculate and assume that most people would listen to a Taylor Swift album that they would a Beyonce.
And also, it's the Grammys. Who gives a rat's ass? I mean, seriously.
I know the Grammys stopped being the Grammys did stop being anything years ago.
Seriously, I'm having honestly my favorite.
You know who gives a rat's ass? The people in the Grammys, the artists, because this is an award by their peers.
That's silly and stuff like that. Every celebrity is into themselves. They love what do you call it? Giving themselves prizes and stuff like that.
But that's what it is. It's an industry event, and they're rewarding each other.
Each other, really. So here's another take. I don't know. The Grammys just leave a very bad taste in my mouth because even looking back at the Latin Grammys, we have a lot of issues with the way they're handling those awards for the Latin community. And why is it a Latin Grammy award show happening in Europe?
No, yeah.
Yeah. It's just that they don't. Okay, I'm getting mad.
No, but this is the Grammys.
It's not Beyonce's fault.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's Beyonce's fault. I'm not saying it's Beyonce's fault. It is the Grammys' fault. I'm just saying I feel sorry for her for always being put in this kind of spotlight.
Well, maybe they should stop putting her in the spotlight and actually giving her the recognition she's due.
Sure, but at the same time, now that if she does get recognized, now this is gonna be in the background going, "Oh, just gave it to her because they have to now."
That's always even after Kanye,
But then see that was MTV Awards, so it's not really the same.
Yeah, I know, and unfortunately, that didn't help Taylor. It made her more famous. But
yeah, I mean, you're talking to somebody who's a huge Metallica fan, and very famously, Metallica lost in the metal category to freaking Jethro Tull. Okay, and this is a whole thing in the metal community. How does Jethro Tull get a metal award? Clearly, the Grammys are completely out of touch.
Yeah,
maybe you should stand up for Metallica and say something.
No, they've already done that. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Metallica pretty much always wins. Because at this point on, the Grammys know who Metallica is, but they don't know anybody else.
Yeah, That's the thing of it all. There's a certain cycle to it. To me personally, on a personal level, there's a certain cycle to it. You know what I mean? When I was a little kid, I thought the Oscars was like the thing, the like barometer of what's a good movie, what's a great movie. And then over the years, you see more movies, more independent movies, more more interesting movies, and
Mm-hmm.
then you realize those things don't get rewarded. They don't even get nominated.
I
Then you realize,
Mm.
know.
oh, it's just silly. You know what I mean? At this point, I don't even watch the Oscars. I'll wait for the highlights, the next day or on Twitter or something like that. It's the thing. I'm not that plugged in the whole music scene. What's a good music? What's a good album? What's a bad album? But I'm assuming it's the same kind of cycle. You know what I mean? It's just something you sort of kind of grow out of. On a personal level. As far as the artists, of course, they don't care about themselves. They love giving themselves awards. They love sucking themselves off and stuff like that. Hopefully they'll mature and move and think it's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's the Grammys. He's
Yeah.
a rat's
Yeah, I mean,
ass.
it may not be a big deal to us. I'm just
Again,
saying
I
in the
just said that.
in the context of the news story,
Mhm.
it's a big deal to them.
Again, but the thing is, I think the news story should be reframed. I don't think it should be framed. It should be framed in a way like Beyonce should be embarrassed by what Jay-Z said. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Nobody's
because
The
a
saying that.
lot
frame.
of,
I'm the only
but
one so
no,
far has
but
been saying that.
not
What's that?
really,
That's
because
how.
a lot of other I've seen in other cases where other people are blaming Beyonce for it.
Wait,
You're
what do you
not
mean they're
the only
blaming
one.
Beyonce for it?
Like, because it's just kind of like the same thing. Like, oh well, Jay-Z calls her out, Kanye calls her out. Like,
Can we go back to how this podcast started? How was this thing introduced in this thing? You know what I mean?
What do you
I
mean?
know. That's
I
okay.
introduced it. I wanted to talk about this.
I just think the framing of it is just weird. You know what I mean? It just shouldn't be like a whole like Jay-Z standing up for Beyonce. So it's just silly. It's just silly. You know what I mean?
Well, food for thought, guys. That's what the stuff and
Yeah.
junk does.
Yeah.
It's the 738th episode of the show, and as of this recording, it's currently 7:37 a.m. February 6, 2024, in Mumbai, India. And it's time to take a look and see what's up.
oh, better be good.
wait,
Oh,
what do you mean?
wait,
Oh, it
is it
better
the
be
one I'm
good?
thinking? Oh my god. Okay, hold on, because I have. Okay, here we go.
Give me
Talk-
give me a one word answer. What you think
No,
it is?
no, because you might not be thinking what I'm thinking, and that's fine. I
Oh.
have. Okay,
Has
just
to do
go.
with a bird?
No, actually, it doesn't. So never mind.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, you're this bird that's flying around, and the police in Mumbai sees you and notices that you have two rings tied to its leg with a message that looks like it's in Chinese, and then suddenly you're a bird who's suspected of being an espionage spy for China,
Hmm?
and then you're caged for 8 months. How would you feel about that bird, the poor pigeon?
On par with what Indian police would do. So yes,
It's it's
it's like a drama.
it's sad. Is there like a dramatization of this story
My
about
my
the pigeon?
reaction would be like, I speak Chinese only, man. I don't speak Tubai or whatever it is you guys got going on here.
Oh
Me,
my god, we're gonna get
I always speak
canceled.
Chinese, man. Or only.
Oh my god.
Can you guys get a translator in here? Where's my embassy? That's what I would say.
Where
You know
are
what
his
I'm saying?
rights or hers? You know, where are
Yes.
these
I
birds'
know.
rights?
The pigeon's like, hey, what the heck, man?
Did
Yeah.
they get like lawyer representation? No.
No, because it's a
Yeah.
Like,
pigeon. Well, so it turns out. So after 8 months of investigation,
I wasn't a spy. Is that the conclusion? Is that the punchline?
no.
I could've guessed that.
There is no
He's a
punchline. But
double
but
agent.
but it is the reason why this is on the news because there's actually a conclusion now. So they investigated for 8 months because it takes 8 months to investigate whether a bird is a spy or not.
Mhm.
And then eventually they decided to go ahead and let it free because I guess the bird was eating up a cage that they could use for something else or something like that. It turned out that the pigeon was an open water racing bird from Taiwan that had
Mhm.
escaped and made its way to India.
Mhm.
That is the official conclusion that was determined. But either way, the bird is free now. I don't know if the bird is in shock or traumatized by the experience.
Well,
Or...
it definitely lost the race. I know that. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm like, oh, lost the race, last place.
Hey guys, you guess I'm here.
I
Did
made
I
it.
win?
I made it.
Did
Why
it again, guys.
My
Did it
question
again.
is, okay, so they say the Chinese writings on the ring. Why didn't they get somebody to translate it?
Because they're not gonna. I'm so sorry, but they're not gonna think that far ahead.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
This is classic.
India?
I I
Well,
don't want to say that,
I mean,
but
the larger context of the story is India and China do not get along. You know what I mean?
I know.
They
They
don't. No,
famously do
they
not get
don't.
along
Yeah.
right now.
Mm.
They're actually kind of they'll talk about Taiwan, China, U.S. I mean, India and China, they're pissed at each other, man.
Right.
They're kind of close to like some sort of light warfare. There was that news thing it was a couple of years ago, I think, where the border of India and China, I think, a bunch of soldiers on both sides, because they didn't want to escalate things, they had got into a fist fight with each other, right, or something like that. They didn't use arms or anything like that, but they kind of fist fight each other. They fight each other. It's like it's crazy. Anyway,
So you wouldn't surprise you that there've been 2 other pigeons in the past that have been detained for this exact reason.
yeah, of course, yeah,
not at
yeah,
all.
Yeah.
no.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's
And
they're
side
gonna
note,
build a pigeon prison now.
you can do a deep dive into carrier pigeon races on YouTube and Google. That's a pretty interesting deep dive. Apparently, it's a big business. Like pigeons they're like racehorses now. Like if you get one that's that's really good, you can breed it. They'll pay like hundreds of thousands, even like $1 million for those kind of pigeons. It's crazy. It's crazy. People have too much money.
Yeah. And this is the people who we call for tech support. All right. Yes.
Oh wow, some light racism by Albert, man.
I'm just.
Good
Isn't
Lord.
it true? I mean, it goes
Some
over there,
passive
right?
racism. Good Lord.
Speaking of detaining, over in where is this place? I forgot where it was now. It was in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, that's right the first time. Brazil. Okay, so in Rio de Janeiro, in this cinema, they were showing a late showing of The Holdovers. Right? Have you guys seen The Holdovers?
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so this will be a slight spoiler for the premise of the movie, but essentially,
Okay, let me unplug first. Hold on. Go ahead.
are you serious? So essentially, the slight spoiler for premise of The Holdovers is that you got people who are essentially trapped in a school, right? But not really, they're really trapped. It's just the fact that they're supposed to stay there. Okay, so because they have nowhere else to go. Now, this group of people in Brazil who was watching this movie finds out that they were forgotten by the movie theater and was locked inside their theater.
Oh yeah, this is story I forwarded. Yeah.
This
Good
one you
times.
forwarded? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
I must have missed that.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Or
It
no,
was a
did
show.
I
Our
respond to
showrunner
it?
does not check our messages.
I think I responded to go, oh, this will be a good WhatsApp. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, they went ahead and the staff turned out the lights and essentially locked them in the movie theater. And they were even yelling, calling for the fire department. They went on social media. They were saying like, "Hey, we're stuck in here," kind of thing. So basically, as people have joked already, they are in fact the holdovers in real life because they're trapped in that one place.
How many people were in that group?
Oh, I don't see it in the article.
It was like more than one though. It was like several people, right?
Several people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read the article. But I thought, you know what, they should just broke down. If they lock me in, I have a bunch of people. Let's just break down the door. Let's get out of here.
I feel like you have the right to. I feel like you have the
Yeah.
right to break yourself out because you were.
Because there's been instances where people have, been the last one in one movie theater. You know what I mean? The guy fell asleep and he gets locked in. I can imagine you can't maybe break down a door if it's just one person. But if you have a group of friends, you know what? Peace out. I'm gonna break down the door. You know what I mean?
It says in this article it's 40 people.
Yeah. See,
40 people. Come on. How do you forget 40 people in a movie theater?
It sounds a little bit sketchy, huh?
We're not even going to talk about the dad joke that Albert made.
What that joke?
I
have no idea what you're talking about, Anna. I have no idea.
I honestly did. I honestly did pause the. It hit mute. So I didn't hear it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're now the holdovers.
That's not my joke. That's like the number one joke from the comment section. From the story. God damn it.
He's just.
It was a very Albert coded.
I will not take credit for that joke that Albert would have made, but I will not take credit for that joke.
I'm like, really? We're gonna overlook the Albert joke? Lord Jesus!
You know who isn't being overlooked anymore, or at least right now? Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is once again in the news. I know. She's once again in the news. Now this time it involves the Guinness Book of World Record. So, there was a super fan of Taylor Swift, 20-year-old Bilal Ilyas Jandir from Pakistan, who got the Guinness World Record for naming the most Taylor Swift songs in less than a minute from one line of the lyrics, essentially. So a person will say a lyric from the song and he will name the song. Lyric from the song, name the song. Lyric from the song, name the song. And would you like to guess how many he got in 1 minute? Correct.
God.
20.
20. Yeah, I was gonna say 20 as well.
Answer is 34.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
And would you believe there was actually a previous record?
Oh my lord. Why?
And the previous record was 27.
Yeah, I want to guess this is an actual thing.
It's an actual
Are we
thing.
out of records to break?
Apparently
has
so.
Guinness run out of ideas? And stuff like that? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I think so.
happening?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
let's
so.
do Britney Spears songs.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
I'm
okay?
sure it's there somewhere. I'm sure it's there somewhere.
What happened to just growing out your hair for like 20, 50 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm the tallest man, the shortest woman. Classic. Bring back the classics. You know what I mean? Longest
Taylor-
fingernails.
Taylor Swift is entering. It's very close to over like reaching that point where the public's going to turn on her.
How
It's
about
getting
lifting
very
something? Lifting some weights. Lift some weights is all
Do
I'm saying. You know?
something.
I know, do something.
Solve world
You know what I mean?
peace instead of naming
You know what I mean?
Taylor Swift songs.
You
How
figured,
many-
you figured by now Taylor Swift will be oversaturated in the
Yeah.
media, but I think she's gone past that Rubicon, and
How
now
many
she's
days
just.
can you spend in a
No.
movie theater
I
by
think it's
yourself? How
coming.
about that? Sleep in a movie theater
It's
for
coming.
like 30 days. I'm so not over the Guinness Book record part.
Well, I mean,
And also,
the
the Taylor Swift part of it, she's been around for like 20 years now. She's not going anywhere. She's actually bigger now than ever.
absolutely, yeah.
Pandemic helped her.
Stop it.
a lot.
Yeah.
Pandemic
She
helped her a lot.
literally pocketed like $1 billion last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stop it.
And then the NFL is gonna rig the game for the Super Bowl because Taylor
They
Swift.
are. Why do you think the Chiefs got it? Everyone told me they had no chance whatsoever. Look at them. They're at the Super Bowl.
They're the world.
They clearly got rigged.
They're Super Bowl
Clearly.
champions. They've always had a chance, for God's sakes.
Not according to the 10 people I asked.
Well,
Okay,
you asked the wrong people.
I asked people who bet on sports.
Yeah.
And they all said they had absolutely no chance. And then look at this. I wonder why. Because they got rigged.
I think it's because they were giving the Chiefs the Patriots treatment. Because when the Patriots was winning all the time, everybody was like always rooting for him to not make it, and they always hit to make it, kind of thing. So
Also, I saw the game. The Ravens just sucked. You know, they sucked that game.
the rain did not help, Jiaming. The rain did not help.
The game got rigged. Okay.
No, the fact that the Ravens threw the ball like 9 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? They didn't run the ball at all. That's the thing that hurt. I thought they were down. It's a whole football thing, but yeah, they just put. You know, if there was like a margin, if it was a marginal defeat, or there's like a play that was like the refs, did some shitty call, I might be into the conspiracy theory. It might be kind of fun. But the Ravens lost pretty handily and stuff like that. It wasn't that close.
Do you know how people were talking about how they're trying to calculate what it takes for Taylor Swift to make it to the Super Bowl from Tokyo, blah 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 blah. Even the Japanese embassy chimed in and all that stuff. Apparently, there's one more hurdle that she had to go through that I don't even know is a thing. But apparently, there's parking spots for planes. So I guess obviously, right? And there's only a limited amount of parking spots for private jets. And supposedly, all the parking spots for the private jets are taken. So unless she already reserved a spot in advance, don't know where her plane's gonna land.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
She has connections. She can do it.
Yeah, I'm sure the NFL will figure something out.
There is someone at the bottom of the list that they're gonna be like, "Hey, you know that spot you prepaid for? We lost your confirmation, so you no longer have it." Okay, because guess what? This game is rigged.
I think
the Super Bowl is rigged.
The only thing I can think of is the NFL probably already has a spot reserved, and then they'll give it up for her so she can show up.
Absolutely, because the game is rigged. Because the Super Bowl is rigged.
Well, speaking of performers, do you guys know who the number one most watched Super Bowl halftime show is? I mean, the viewers in amount of viewers. It's actually a tie. There's actually two people who has this what do you call that?
Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry. Yeah, that's one of the two. Who's the other two? Who's the second one?
Recent or like of all time?
Very recent.
Very recent. Rihanna.
Rihanna, yeah. I mean, very
Yo,
recent is such a
Well,
gimme.
because it's like everybody wanted to watch Rihanna because they thought she was going to announce a new album. So yeah, and Katy Perry had the shark.
The shark, yes, the shark. That's right. Jiaming, you were absent for a minute there, but
yeah, sorry about that. Their alarm
um,
company called me. So.
most watched halftime show in the Super Bowl. Katy Perry and Rihanna has number one and number one. They're tied at 121.1 million viewers for that Super Bowl halftime show.
Mm.
Since Anna already went one and one. Who is the third place person? You have a guess?
Oh, tell me it's Coldplay.
Coldplay is number 4.
Oh wow.
Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars number 5.
The Weekend. No,
Weekend's
that one's
not
fun.
on there. I think no, not very many people like the Weekend's halftime show.
I know. Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is number 3. Yeah, there we go.
Yay!
Anna's got it.
Pop stars.
Pop stars.
Who would never forget that infamous jump?
That was a pretty good one. I like that performance. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
That was cold.
It was cold. All right.
Mhm.
Well, there we go. And that's what's up. You can find this podcast on Instagram and Threads at Stuff Junk Show. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Threads as well at Albert5x5.
You can find me on social media, JIAMANGLOU.
You can find me on social media at Anna Voltage, ANAVOLTAGE, or on my other shows, the Most Extreme Ranking Challenge.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Contact info, ways to support us, and everything else is on the show notes found on whowhatwhereswhy.com. Before we wrap things up, an annual thing that we do here in this podcast, Lunar New Year, comes up on February 10. Very soon. As usual, I kind of go over like some of the fortune stuff for people here. This time around, unlike other years, I'm actually prepared.
Wow.
for this
Too
segment.
bad Ruthie's not here.
I know, right? So
I should text her. I don't think she's okay.
no,
新年快乐. Oh, sorry, what?
I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah.
Well, although it would be nice if you heard from her, but
She's active now.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, anyways, so I'll start with Jiaming first since Ruthie isn't here yet. But Jiaming's You're the Snake.
Oh, typical. Sorry of the Chinese choice, just because it's Lunar New Year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's so racist of you. No, I said racist. No. That's just so very Albert of you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Jiaming's gonna go first because he's Chinese.
Really? Oh my god, you're really doubling down. Okay. We were trying to give you the out.
Yes.
We were.
I doubled down on the joke. Jiaming's Year of the Snake. His general fortune for the Year of the Dragon is the snake must climb. Okay, the snake must climb high mountains. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, anyways, here we go. Albert, edit that. Okay, here's a general fortune
Albert, edit my casual racism.
General fortune for Jiaming's Year of the Snake. In the Year of the Dragon, the snake must climb high mountains, swim across rivers to arrive at the destination. It requires...
First of all, I'm a snake. I'm not climbing anywhere. You know, I think I slither. I think it's the right adjective. I slither. I crawl. Maybe. You know what I mean? I can't really climb. All right. Okay, go ahead.
It requires proactive planning and facing challenges to showcase your achievements. Jiaming.
Oh my god, it doesn't sound like me at all.
Now, the one thing that I will share with us for all here is nicely said. I'll cover the section that we all care about, wealth. All right, so here you go, Jiaming.
I thought it was sad.
I know, that's what I thought. Am I finally going to participate in some sort of orgy situation? Because that would be awesome.
No.
Is that the horoscope?
No,
Are we all Year of the Dragon?
Me and Anna is, but me and Anna. Jiaming's snake and Ruthie's ox. Jiaming's
Forget wealth. Why? Threesome. Okay,
wait, what?
I don't know if you would want a three.
Jiaming's fortune for wealth is the snake belongs to fire, and fire can melt and restrain metal. So metal represents your wealth. Unfortunately, there is no metal inside the dragon. Therefore, the opportunity for substantial financial gain is not significant. Wow.
You know why there's no iron inside a dragon? Because a dragon's made of. Okay, go ahead.
However, the dragon's yin wood and the snake's yang metal together can form metal. Wood,
yin wood. Yeah.
Wood.
Look how it forms. Yeah. Look how it
Wood.
takes shape. Look at that.
Wood is connected to the dragon's career. If you have a business relationship with the dragon, hey, that's me. Your cooperation would bring you some extra income. All right, here we go. The attraction.
I do not want Albert as part of my threesome. That's all. That's all. I'm saying.
all of these are leaning to like sexual innuendo.
That
Like,
is-
some
Well,
really
he
good
does.
ones.
Of course, he
That's
does.
the raw. That's the bad math as far as the threesome. That's not how it goes.
Well, in that case,
That's
Jiaming, the attraction relation of the
Oh, here we
dragon
go.
and the rooster
There we go.
can
There we
form
go.
metal. Utilizing interpersonal relationships with the dragon and the rooster will bring you financial success.
Yeah.
The attraction relation of the snake and the monkey can form water.
Oh,
Working with the
now we got
monkey can
now we got
help you
monkey
achieve
involved.
career advancement.
A rooster, a monkey, a snake. Oh, the worst threesome. The least sexy threesome. All right.
Okay. For me and Anna, you're the dragon. Our general fortune is establish good interpersonal relationships with a humble and courteous attitude. Use your reputation and credibility to seek cooperative relationships and develop your sources of wealth. Okay, that sounds like a fortune teller cookie. Now, for wealth, it says here the dragon's earth can absorb water, which signifies your money and wealth. The yang earth and yin water of the dragons together could form the fire element, which is associated with investments in real estate, education, health, and other ventures. Oh,
I
those are-
think I think Albert just said fortune cookie. What do you call it? I think that's more casual racism. I don't think this is, I don't like this. Very very uncomfortable.
Is that the name of the episode? Casual racism.
Yeah.
The dragon is akin to water reservoir. Once water flows into the reservoir, it cannot be easily taken out. This implies that progress in investments might be
Just need-
slow.
Just need a water pump. It's not that difficult. Pump
This
that.
implies that progress in investments might be slow and cash flow could be restricted. If money is put into risky investments, it can easily be trapped. In general, individuals born in the year of the dragon prefer to keep their earnings in a secure place. All right.
That's
all right.
true. I keep my earnings under the mattress, so secure.
Secure it is.
What the hell, man? This is the Great Depression? What's going on here? You guys really keeping money? What
Right.
Hey,
hell's
Mexicans
happening?
don't trust the bank.
the hell is happening here?
Mexicans don't trust the bank.
All right.
All right,
Fair enough.
and there you go. And Ruthie's not here, so I guess I don't really need to share
She
Ruthie's.
sends her apologies. She's tired.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. All right. Well,
This
there-
year, you will miss many a podcast. What? What the hell? Oh, wow. The Chinese really nailed that one. Good lord.
Well, Ruthie's general fortune for Ox is the dragon will keep Ox's social life busy. Well, her life is busy. There
Too
are
busy for this show. I'll tell you that.
there are opportunities for financial management and investment, but caution is required to prevent getting trapped. Yep, that's kind of what's happening with Ruthie. Lots of opportunities for financial management and investment.
She also has a weekly opportunity to be on a podcast, which she just skips, just bypasses. Look at that. Look at that. Hammer this joke home.
I'm like casually reading Ruthie's fortune now. Anyway, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And there we go, folks. Thanks for listening. This was episode 738 of the Stuff and Junk Show. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who What Where's Why production.